let's rate Arsenal season, man. What do you rate Arsenal season? Because for me, I would say 9/10. 9/10 because we wanted a major after so many years of pain. We got a major, got to two finals, lost to Manchester City. There's no shame in that. Lost to PSG, also no shame in that. The only shame is Southampton losing to Southampton in the quarterfinals. That's the only shame,
That's why it shouldn't be a 9.
But still,
It shouldn't
it's
be a
still a
9.
9 because if you look at it, right, people are saying Arsenal's strike force was not the best this season, but we're still able to score lots of goals. We're still able to keep lots of clean sheets. We're
Southampton.
still able to
Against
get to
Southampton.
all of this
Against Southampton.
greater
More than
heights.
100
Yes. So,
Jude, I know where you're coming from. I understand.
out
No
of 10
problem.
for me.
I'm with you on that. Against Southampton, the FA Cup. Against Southampton.
But look, the thing is,
so me, I think I will
David,
rate
before these guys talk, they should remember they lost to Grimsby and Port Vale.
Grimsby.
That's where I knew it was coming from. I didn't lose to Port Vale.
That's Chelsea.
I didn't tell
Yeah, go on.
Chelsea that was struggling with Port Vale.
Yeah, so I think I will put it at a solid 7.5. I think that's good. A solid 7.5. I was commenting on your channel earlier today, and I was like, 4 tournaments, and the worst that anyone can pick out is quarterfinals of the FA Cup. That's top 8 in the FA Cup. I said top 2 in Champions League, top 2 in the League Cup, top in the domestic league, in the Premier League. So I mean, if not for the blips in the finals, and of course the FA Cup that I also call a blip, it should, I would have agreed with you on a 9 if you made finals in all 4 and maybe only lost maybe one of the final or 2 final, but you lost 2 finals, and then FA Cup elimination to Southampton, who is in the championship, who is even still be in championship next season. But because of how long you've waited for the trophy, sometimes if you have been nearly there on something for too long, you move from an occurrence to a habit, from a habit to a lifestyle, and then from a lifestyle to an identity. Jesus. It was almost becoming an identity that Arsenal won't get over the line. But what you've done is you've broken that. Yes. You can now start building another habit.
We've pushed the habit now to Man City. Now they are the second again, ole, 2 seasons in a row, but yeah.
Oh my
God! They were not second last season, and they were third last season.
They were lost to Liverpool now. Oh, you guys,
they were third last season. Arsenal was second.
Yeah. So that's an improvement for Man City. So
cool. So DJ Pablo go.
I would do 7.5.
From a neutral, I will take it
for Arsenal season.
From the ups now.
Are we ranking the other teams too?
Yes, we'll rank them.
Okay, we'll come back. Okay,
I will join David and say 7.0. And I say this to say,
I'm on the 7.5.
Yeah, I'll follow you behind. I say 7.0.
Oh, okay,
now, the reason why I said that is there are so many factors surrounding that. And I know, people say, conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. But the facts are the facts. And you can't, with video evidence, not anything. Arsenal scored most of their goals in set pieces. And coming into January, they started scoring less and less because teams started to figure them out. Plus, not just figuring them out, we saw it in the PSG game, that teams started to stop them from getting penalty set piece, corner kicks. They were restricted to getting set pieces far from the box. And obviously, once you cross it in, forget the whole whispering from Gabriel Magalhaes and all that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but then also the commentator made one very valid comment. I was like, okay, kudos to you for that one. The crossing into the box was horrendous, especially in that PSG, that final. So this season, from January onwards, their set piece goals just dried out a little bit. They even started focusing on the set piece manager. He was pressing the whole tab and checking things. I'm like, bro, what are you checking? So with all that, what I'm trying to say in effect is,
don't be an up, just rate us.
I've rated you. I said 7.0. I said 7.0. Okay. And in all that, what I'm trying to say is that there were so many factors that helped us now win this league. But congratulations to us now for trying multiple times for the last 6 years, and in the 7th year, they eventually get
in the 6th,
much earlier,
in the 6th,
whatever the year, the 6th season, the 7th year, because he came in December.
Yes, for December you count January and to December all together as 1 year. Thank you very much. See ups, go on, Jude.
So what I'm trying to say in effect is that yes, kudos to Arteta. He played the way he wanted to play, and it didn't work. Then he changed the way he wanted to play. Albeit you were so annoyed with the style of play, but eventually he got you the result that he wanted, and you got the trophy that you needed. Even when it looked like you guys were down and out, Declan Rice made the iconic comment, "Oh, it's not done yet. It's not done yet," and then he eventually got it done at the end. And credit to Man City for bottling the league to us now. So 7.0.
I thought it was PGM.
That's it.
Yes, go on, Jude.
For me, I think I'll probably align more with David and give them a 7.5 because the reason for me is right from day one, I already expected you guys to win the league. So winning the league puts you that high. Getting to two more finals is great. Like the competitions are tougher than the one you lost at quarterfinal. But there's one team being in the final and there's another team winning the cup. So I think based on paper or based on team, the reason why I gave you the league was because I believe that you guys had the best squad and you had a manager that stayed as longer as Pep to win. Your squad was made already compatible. You just need to put one or two, which you did already in the transfer window. Pep was still trying to assemble and then blend them first. So that's why they had those frictions in the first half of the season. So for me, that's why I will give you that 7.5. If you had won another trophy, maybe 8 or 8.5, depending, and then depending on how, and you lose it to Satati, it's still a disgrace. Just sorry, bro.
But we
It's not
also
like
have mitigating circumstances now. We found out in recent days that Southampton sent people to go and spy in trading grounds to see tactics.
They did not spy us now. Forget
But
about it. It
how
was
do you
easier
know?
to play
How
us
do you
now
know? How do you know? You never
because
know.
Man United played us
You
now and
never
beat
know.
us now this season. So it
You
was
never
easier
know.
to play us now.
Anyway, talking about Man United, how are you rating your season? We'll start with Jude because Jude will be more honest.
for me, the season as a team, I think Carrick Amorim took us
We didn't
down.
take you down.
It was like 50-50. We don't know what we are facing in the match. So you just come and anticipate that all we knew that we had a 3-4-3 formation to face. That was all we knew. We don't know how things will go down. Striker was struggling. Bruno was struggling, and the other guys were Ole Mbeumo was like one of the high performing guys in the team, and then Carrick brought light and hope. But at that point, we've left all the competitions. So I don't know how to judge it. If I'm going to judge it based on Carrick or
You
based on
just rate your
Amorim. But
season.
if I
All of
if
them
I
happened in
mix
the
the two
season.
of
Rate your
them,
season overall.
if I mix the two
From
of
15th,
them,
okay, let me
I'll
give you
say
context. From 15th last season, you finished third. Okay, rate your season.
I'll give them a 6.5 or 6. That's what I'll give them for where we perform. We left early first stage of the Grimsby against Grimsby, so it's so bad that we left that early. We left Fletcher took over and threw us out immediately at the next round of the FA Cup to what's their name? Brighton that we beat home and they were easily. So we left at almost the first stages of each cup or second stage because
Almost.
I think Brighton was second or something, second stage. So it's so bad. So the carry gave us that hope. So I would say 6.5 is okay for
Okay,
me. Yes.
DJ Pablo, go on then.
Yeah, so basically, based on my ratings, I'm going to say 6.0. And I know why I don't like the 0.5 because um, I'm so annoyed based on the fact that you had a project and you went back on your words and now you want to build another project from ground zero. So I put this 6.0 down to the board. I put this 6.0 down to the hierarchy of the team because, yes, quite all right. You came on, you bought the club, you built a structure, and found a connection between the board and the players. And then you sold the dream to the players, you sold the dream to the captain of the team, you sold the dream to the fans. Oh, this is the style of player we're going to go with, and we're going to suffer, but we're eventually going to get somewhere in the end because we want to build a culture, we want to build everything. And then you come on, and then the guy is starting to find his feet, trying to find his way, telling you he needs players, and then you sack him. fans will come and tell me, "Oh yeah, he says he needs players, but Carrick used the same players and all of that." Yes. The question is it sustainable? Was it entertaining to watch? The so-called entertainment merchants were no longer saying anything because their guy is at the helm. And even when their guy faltered, they still criticized him. So it all boils down to a whole lot of things. And the truth is, I give the team the 6.0 based on the fact that number one, we're not 15th. I mean, Spurs are 17th, 2 seasons in a row. We are not 15th, that's number one. Number two, we qualify for Champions League for the first time in a while. So, credit to the team. Number three, the players started performing eventually because they knew that, they needed to turn up. And Bruno Fernandes, got there in the end and broke the record and all of that. That's part of the things why I'm happy for him. But apart from that, overall, maybe 2 or 3 games of the 17 I enjoyed. The rest were just like sit back and counter, and that's not the kind of football I grew up watching.
Almost like how PSG played last night. But yeah, you continue. Yeah.
How did PSG play? Sit back and counter.
We didn't know a counter-attacking team yesterday.
That's why the team with counter-attacking
PSG
won everything.
PSG were a possession-based team, not a counter-attacking team.
We gave them the ball. We gave them the ball. The second half, they were counter.
Whether you gave them the ball,
it's okay.
Whether you gave them the ball or you gave him the ball,
fine. David,
they smoked you in 4 halves.
They did not
over 74%
possession. David,
I mean in possession. I'm talking about possession, bro.
I mean, I'll be generous to United and give them a 6.0 as well. And the reason why is because you have to compare, the starting point, right? The same way I said Arsenal deserved a big 7.5 because of the long wait and then finally winning the trophy. United was, I think that was their lowest point, last season. 15th.
That was last season,
15th,
right?
Yeah, last season, 15th place. So, going from 15th to 3rd, would have made them get a higher score from me. But of course, we all knew how the season unfolded. There were a lot of other things. Now, achieving that feat while bringing in new players, getting them to play together, to gel together, having multiple managers, and still being able to make Champions League qualification, is what gets them 6. On the downside, they played only 40 games all season.
Not even up to 40.
No, it was 40. 38 in the league, 1 in League Cup, 1 in FA Cup. 40 games. Right? So it then looks unfair that I'm giving them 6 and I'm giving the guys who played 63 7.5.
We have PSG numbers when it comes to number of games. PSG numbers. PSG played 42 games or 47 games or something.
No, they didn't play 42.
Season. This is No, they played like 20 games less than Arsenal. Yeah, they played like 20 games less than Arsenal.
They didn't play up to 20 games less than Arsenal. I can even do those numbers. The French Super Cup, the European Super Cup, the Intercontinental Cup, that's already played 4 games, right? The league is 34. That's about 38 games. PSG played, I don't know if you guys remember, PSG played knockout round for the Champions League after the group stage. You're muted.
No, it's not talking about us.
So after the after the first
Club World Cup, that's what I was trying to say.
No, not Club World Cup. Club World Cup was last season. I'm talking about this season. There's an Intercontinental Cup that they played. They still play that stuff that they play yearly, right? PSG played 2 extra games than Arsenal in the Champions League. I don't know if we're all aware, because they didn't do so well, right? So, and I think the full season Arsenal played, I think, is it 15?
Yes,
15
I
games
think so. Yeah.
in Champions League. PSG played 17. So I know Arsenal still played more games than PSG, but it was not 20 games difference.
But anyways,
maybe 10. Maybe 10. But back to my point, right? It would be unfair for me to give Arsenal 7.5 after playing.
So compared to Arsenal played 63 games.
Yeah, I think PSG played about 50. So you see, it's not 20 games. It's not 20 games. So it would be unfair for me to give Arsenal 7.5 after playing 63 and then give United very high after playing only 40. Right? So
we don't need high.
Competitions, cup competitions were poor, right? The league is good because of that great escape. That's how I'll call it, because they were heading for where Chelsea ended their season at some point. They were heading for meetable obscurity.
We never know now. If it's for that one, I might not agree, but it's all good.
But for whatever reason, the season was saved. So I think 6.0 is fair, only because you were able to get multiple players to, still gel at the end of the day, which is what I believe every United fan would then think, okay, there might be something here. These players. I mean, you also said it, DJ Pablo, that the players started playing better, right? So
I said fans said. I said fans will come and tell me that, how is it that Amorim tried with these players and didn't work, and then Carrick is using the same players and they're
I'm not even talking about the coach dynamic. I'm talking about the players started getting the numbers, maybe from like December, November. Yeah. So there's
actually they picked up from October. It's just that they were not winning games, right? And people will come and tell me, Bruno Fernandes got Bruno Fernandes started his season kicked off in October, literally. He was not. August, September were kind of like a blur.
He was playing.
He didn't even get an assist.
He was playing.
But even in October, from October to December, I think he had like, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 7 assists heading into the January. Then from January, it just kind of picked up, and he was just getting assist upon assist. Because I remember the Liverpool game, I remember the Nottingham Forest game, I remember the Spurs game. Right, those were games where he got assists, right? So if we're going to talk about those ones, I'm sure the first leg when we had that 5-game winning streak, or we got to 3 and then we drew the last 2, and then we still kept the unbeaten to like 6, and then we got to Newcastle, we won, all those kind of things. If we're to look at those, yes, but from January, yes, the numbers changed. And then I now go and watch an hour-long podcast of Bruno Fernandes saying his favorite position is that number 6.
It's all right. So, David, how many points you say you're giving them in the end?
Yeah,
6. So all of you around 6. I was going to give them around 6 as well, but because DJ Pablo has pissed me off, I'm going with a 4.5.
Wow.
Let's just make it 5. Let's just make it 5. Like I said, they had a shambolic cup run.
Wow.
They had a shambolic cup run, and
Nobody think
no Europe.
Yeah.
Think him
the shambolic cup run, and they only had
to my United fans, the third best team in the league.
They only had the league, and even in the league, they were playing games like every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks was the last.
They were there for the titles.
Their fans when Carrick won, again. No. The biggest point is Man United did not win 5 games in a row.
We don't need it.
Wow. We don't need it, bro.
Still not
that guy, sincerely, if that guy wasn't making it, that guy was who amplified it. Otherwise, nobody will pay attention to this.
Yeah, he will cut his hair first 2 games next season. Everything will be done.
So
no issues.
He will cut his hair against Arsenal.
Basically, 5 average season. You guys did well to go from 15 to 3rd. I'll give you that's the 5 points. For the other cups, 0.
That person was dragging the relegation.
Rating Liverpool season out of 10. I will give. Go on first since you want to go.
Mine will be somewhere between 5 and 5.5 because you don't go from winning the league to 5th position, right? You basically, as you were Champions League.
I expect it to be lower, David, because you predicted them to win the league.
I actually predicted them to win the league because they signed 2 good strikers, right? They signed 2 very strong wing backs. I expected so much better from them. So that's what I'm doing between 5 and 5.5, maybe 5.
Ooh. 5. I just thought about irony just now. Antonio Raiola goes to Liverpool, and Milos Kekes, who played under him, is going to be his left back.
Might play better.
So my rating is 5. FA Cup, they were out by quarterfinal. Champions League quarterfinal, I believe. League Cup, I don't know where they went.
I can't remember either. Man City beat them in the League Cup. Man City beat them to get to the final. I think so.
Again? So Man City beat them in both League Cup and FA Cup? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't do so well in the cup runs. The only reason why they made it to quarterfinal of Champions League was because it was Galatasaray. Really, if it was any other team, they would have probably been swept away. So 5.
Yeah,
I think 5 from first to fifth.
No, I'll give them a 4 because they were below. They performed below average to me because they're defending
Wow.
champions. And by October, it was obvious that they were not going to do anything this season.
They were out.
And the manager was just complaining about opposition teams a lot, like, "Oh, their style of play. Why are you playing like that? You should play the way
Yeah.
I want you to play."
Long
Yeah,
ball and all
so
those things.
I want you to play this way so I can beat
He
you in the
lost
way
it.
that I planned for you. Like,
I can be. That didn't make
Yeah.
sense at all. That did not make sense.
Lost
At
it.
yeah,
all.
so because of that, I'm giving it a 4. Jude, what are you rating Liverpool season?
For me, I think I stand with you. Is a 4. Going from champions to, at least if you had won one, then we'll say it's 5. By being a champion, you're expected to be anywhere between the
Mm-hmm.
top 3. They didn't make that. They were even
Champions
struggling.
are spent too.
The
I think they
Champions
have
are even
spent
struggling.
everybody.
I think they probably, the reason why we can't give them that high is that Chelsea did woefully. So if you're rating them 4 or 3, then Chelsea will probably be at 0.5,
We'll get there.
somewhere around there, based on their spending
Mhm.
and this thing. So for me, I feel a 4 is 3.5 or 4 is okay, because you can't be the champions, spend money, and come and be struggling till the last day to enter Champions League spot. Aston Villa even finished ahead of them. That's how
Yes.
bad it was. So thank God for the new system of the Champions League. Otherwise, they will be telling
No,
you.
thanks to Arsenal. Thanks to Arsenal for that. It was Arsenal that got us to get an extra
Yeah,
extra
thank you,
spot in
that's
the
that.
Champions League.
This is
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm thanking us. That's the only reason I'm
Yeah,
thanking us.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I'll take that. What are you rating Liverpool and DJ Pablo?
Same 4. I'm rating them a 4 because I just looked at their last season. Last season, Liverpool finished top of the league with 84 points, losing only 4 games. This season, of the top 5 teams, they have lost the most.
Yeah.
Literally. Of the top 5 teams, they lost 12 games. 12 games. That's 3 times 4. That's 4 times, like more than their entire loss the previous season. And then drew 9. Like they were not even, like Villa had 19 wins, 8 draws, and 11 losses. They did not even come close. Liverpool had 17 wins, 9 draws, and 12 losses. That was absolutely horrendous. And for the fact that they actually really spent this season, got Verts, got Frimpong, got Isak, got Eketike. In fact, battling with leave Newcastle to say, okay, you want Eketike, give us Isak. Newcastle say, no, we'll not give you Isak. Okay, it's okay, we'll go and sign your Eketike and then we'll sign your Isak. Bro, man. The irony of the whole thing. I give them a 4, basically. Horrible season.
Let's talk about the Pep's team, Manchester City, rating them out of 10 as quickly as we can. I will still give them a solid 7 out of 10. They won 2 trophies in the end. Yeah, they made it. They made it tight. Gave a lot of rival fans hope, but they didn't do it in the end. So I'll still give them a 7 out of 10 because they performed very, very well. Signed players in January to try to recover their season. I'll say it worked for them because they won 2 trophies at the end. So 7 out of 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have given them a 7, but because of that signing, they basically needed those signings to save the season, right? So that brings it down to a 6.5 for me. They signed quite a number of players. Yeah, apologies for my fan.
That's fine.
They signed quite a number of players, right? I knew that there would be some time to take for those players to come together, but they signed quality players, right? You expected better from that squad overall. Some people didn't even come to the party this season. Thankfully, Foden is not going for the World Cup. He didn't come to the party this season. I think whatever system, whatever transition they're going through, let some existing parties, in the back, and then brought some new guys to the front of it, to the point where they were just depending on the form of the new guys to carry them through. So it'll be a 6.5 for me. I can't give them a 7. Yes, they were able to win 2 trophies. Yes, I mean that's credit to them, but they still fell short on the league by about 7 points. Even when at some point they were neck and neck, they also had their hand on the title. So Champions League, nothing to write home about for them. I think at the first hurdle they were out, right? So 6.5, considering all the money they spent, 6.5.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you as well. So 6.5 for me. They battled. They tried to. They had a horrible start to the season. Players injured also. So many factors as well you could factor in. Like you said, Foden didn't turn up. They literally didn't have a defense when we played them. They were using players like Max Alain, when we're playing against them, and he was making blunders and everything. So they literally didn't have a defense when we played them. And then the next game, there was McGahey, right? So that kind of saved their season from the back. Then you now go to the outfield players. Checking out came towards the February period and then started turning up. Foden could barely get a kick of the ball. Haaland just went on a dry spell when he came to like goal scoring and all of that. Very long dry spell. And then anytime he gets a goal, it's either it's deflected somewhere and he hits the post and he goes in or something. Those kinds of things. So to get so close and yet still be far from the Premier League is such a well, you want 2 trophies, no doubt there. It's regular. It's expected for Man City to win the Carabao. I mean, if you look at the last 10 years, it's expected for Man City to win Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But the main crux of the whole matter is the league and the Champions League. And in the league, they failed to win it 2 seasons running. And they've also failed to win the Champions League 2 seasons running. So
I mean, the only reason why they even get up to 6.5 for me was because
last season was
trophyless. Last season was trophyless. So there's
and this season they got 2.
They got 2.
I totally agree with you.
And Jude, rate Man City season real quick, out of 10.
I give Arsenal 7.5. So I think it's 6.5 or 7 because I feel Arsenal made them look better. If you have stick to your
I think so too. Arsenal made them really look good this season.
If you're leading this thing, I think you would have won the league a long time, and that would have boosted you.
You guys bottled the league first before you know.
We can't bottle what you've not won. We can't bottle what you won. Sorry, we won it. And took it off. Anyways, they did big time. 3 times.
5 for me. They won 2 trophies, which is not. Which is something to represent the season. They came second. There's no
as
other
quick as we possibly can. Chelsea finished 10th. No European football. Signed like 3 or 4.
No longer 1 over 10.
1 over 10.
1 over 10. Me 1.
Champions of the world cannot even defend their own backyard. Champions of the world.
1 over 10. Did not even make Europe.
2.
Bro.
Champions
they signed all the players in the world still.
They didn't make Europe at all.
They didn't make Europe 10th. They had to wait till the last day and Sunderland snuck in.
Hoping that Sunderland drops points and they didn't.
No, that they will beat Sunderland or Sunderland beat them. That's what happened.
Anyways.
So maybe 2 over 10.
1, 2 or 3. I don't need to add to. Let's leave it like that.